Hello YouTube, this is Crazy Cool New Yorker coming at you today. How's everyone doing? It is a beautiful day out today, isn't it? I mean, it is gorgeous. It's about 82, 83 degrees. I've been out riding early. I got an early start because I promised the little man I would take him out. We're taking him out for dinner, and I think we're going to see a movie. So I told my wife I wouldn't be out too late. So it's about 3:30. I should be home by 4 o'clock. Another 30 minutes to get home. So, a good day of riding and then a good day of family time. That's a good day in my book. So what is my topic of today? My topic is actually inspired by the Best One 9A. He told a story a couple of weeks ago. He gave a vlog on how he met his wife. And the story was entertaining and pretty funny at that as well. And I said, you know what? My story is how I met my wife is entertaining and kind of like a deja vu, like it was meant to be. So I'm going to tell you the story. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible, as short as possible. But my wife and I met in the city. We were actually in the Bronx, and she was waiting at the bus stop. She was going to school, and I was coming from Westchester. I'm not sure what I was doing at the time, but I know I was cutting down Baychester Avenue. And there, standing at the bus stop, was this beautiful young lady, and I mean, I was like, wow, she is fine. I didn't even say she's beautiful. It was like, she's fine. And something in my mind was like, go say hello, go talk to that girl. So I'm looking at her, and a guy comes out, and I said, oh great, it's her boyfriend. So I'm not one to be disrespectful. I'm not going to disrespect your girl or anything like that. So I said, oh, there you go, a beautiful girl like that, and her boyfriend comes walking out. So I guess whatever. So I drove off. To my boy's house. He lived just off of Gun Hill Road, and I stayed there for maybe almost an hour. I didn't want to. I was just going over there to. I think he was picking up something, or he bought a car or something. I can't remember, but I know afterward I was like, oh, I got to go to Cross County. You know what? I'm going to shoot up Gun Hill Road. So I'm going up Gun Hill Road, and who's standing at the bus stop? The same girl I saw standing at the bus stop on Baychester Avenue. And I said to myself, holy cow, I can't let this opportunity slip through my fingers. I mean, I looked, the boyfriend wasn't there or anything. But what was amazing is, as I'm driving up, slowly passing, because we was in a little bit of traffic, as I'm slowly passing the bus stop, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. And I said, okay, that's it. I have to give it a shot. I mean, every core of my being was like, say something to this girl. Oh, a nice Ferrari. So I pull over, and she looks at me because I made a beeline straight for her. And I said, excuse me, miss, I'm not trying to be rude, but I saw you at the bus stop on Baychester Avenue. I have to say hello. So, she said hi, and I introduced myself. I told her my name and everything, and I made her laugh. And she was friendly, but, young ladies, they have their guards up. But I think because I made her laugh, she was able to relax a little bit more. And I didn't want to push the issue, so I said, I would like to offer you my number, and if maybe you was impressed with this conversation, you would give me a call. And I left it at that. I put it totally in Faith's hands, and if she wanted to speak to me again, she would have to make the initiative and dial the number. And I'm happy to say 2 days later, she gave me a call, and we spoke. I think we spoke, but she called me, I believe it was in the evening. Because, when we spoke, we was on the phone, which seemed like forever. And we said our evenings, like good night and stuff like that. And I wanted to call her again, but I didn't want to seem desperate. So I waited 2 days, and it was like maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I was actually heading back out. So what I was going to do is call her, start up a little conversation, and say, I'm heading up to White Plains. Would you like to tag along? Well, instead of me getting a great conversation, she picks up the phone and I say, hi, this is such and such. And she goes, do you know what time it is? What you call here this time in the morning no more? And I was like, oh crap, she's blowing me off. I guess, I took it as she really didn't want to speak to me. And she said, I got to travel, so I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. But she wasn't mean about it, but she was being honest. But I didn't realize that at the time. So I said, okay, I apologize, and please, enjoy your flight or something like that. I think she was traveling to Georgia. So I never called again. I was just like, I messed this up. I blew it. A beautiful, fine woman like that, and I blew it. So I would say maybe a month or two passed, and it's now May or June. I think it was May, and it was pouring outside. I'm talking, it was raining. They said on the news all day long it was going to rain, it was going to do this, thunderstorms, thunder showers, heavy wind, heavy rain, advisory please stay inside. But for some strange reason, I kept saying, I want to go ride my bike. It was like a gut feeling. Go ride your bike, go ride your bike, go ride your bike. And I was actually telling my mom, like, man, I really want to ride my bike. My mom was like, well, if you want to ride in the rain, fool, go ride in the rain. So, I think what happened was, yes, this is exactly what happened. It was raining all day, and it stopped. And the sun came out, and I just said, that's it, I'm going to ride in my bike. And now, mind you, I had a car. I could have easily got in my car and drove to the mall, drove to a friend's house or something, but every core of my being wanted to ride a bike. So I'm pedaling down White Plains Road, and I get, the sun is out, just like how it is now. It's beautiful outside, and I'm heading down White Plains Road, and out of nowhere, it starts to rain. So, but I'm under the L. Remember when I called under the L the train station? So I turn back around, and I'm riding under the train station, and I'm coming to my neighborhood, and lo and behold, who's on a bicycle with her two younger brothers, but the young lady that would turn out to be my wife. And we ride up to each other, and I say, her name, and she goes, yes. And she goes, what happened to you? And I said, well, you told me don't call there no more at that time, and you said you was going away. I figured you was blowing me off. She looked and said, no, fool, I was really traveling. I was going away, and I was trying to get as much sleep as possible. So I felt like a heel, because I guess I made a good impression, and then, just almost blew it because I didn't follow back up. So we end up riding our bikes that day in the rain under the train station, and then I actually escorted them home, and we end up making plans for the next day, bike riding some more. And ever since then, it was literally like, I would say, we were good friends. We started out as friends first, and maybe a year later we started to date, but we have been together ever since that chance meeting. And what's the twist of this is, now I stated how we met. I guess the first time we met must have been late March, early May, early April. And now it's late May, early June. But I'm sitting at her house, and she's showing me pictures of her and her girlfriend. And they're at a club. They was at the Tunnel. If anybody remembers back in the day, the Tunnel in the 90s in New York City was one of the bangingest clubs to go to on the weekend. That's the first time I laid eyes on my wife. I was in the Tunnel, and all of a sudden we heard, who's that? Who's those girls? Oh my goodness. And I turned, and there is the young lady that I would chance to become my wife with her two girlfriends. And when I say they were beautiful, I mean they had on these really nice leather outfits. Every guy in the club was trying to talk to him. But unfortunately, every guy in the club was also trying to be disrespectful while they was talking to him. And you saw them like swatting a bunch of hands and stuff because the guys were trying to get those cheap, quick feels or something. So I said, well, I know I'm not going to get a chance to say hello to this girl. So I checked it up as, man, that's a beautiful young lady. It's time for me to go home. And I said, okay, it's about 3:30, 3:45. I've done enough dancing. Let me use the bathroom and then I'll, go to my car. So I go use the bathroom, and from the tunnel, it's upstairs and you have to walk downstairs. For some strange reason, coming downstairs was super packed. All the young kids are on the steps, and it's like you're taking one step every 30 seconds. Well, who's coming up the stairs but the young lady that would be my wife and her girlfriends? And I said, oh my goodness, I mean, she's even finer close up. So I say, we end up, because I'm going downstairs, she's going up, we have to pass each other. So we end up standing on the same steps. And I say to her, I said, excuse me, not being disrespectful, but I think you're very beautiful. And she smiles and she says, thank you. And then we walk away. So it was like we're star-crossed lovers, because I say we met in the club and I thought she was beautiful. And I told her she was beautiful. Then we met about 2 months later at the bus stop. Thought she was beautiful then, and took the chance of saying hello, and then unfortunately got for miscommunications, end up not calling her again till a chance meeting in the pouring rain. And when I say every core of my body was saying, hey, let's go bike riding, and I've never gone bike riding in the rain. I mean, it was pouring, people. It's like, I gotta go bike riding. You should go bike riding. Let's go bike riding. Like every fiber in my body was saying, let's go bike riding. And it was because of that we end up meeting, and once we met that time, we were inseparable. We've always been together. And I say she's my best friend. I mean, I kind of chopped the story up because there's so much more to it, but just trying to give a general overview. But it was really amazing. When we tell people the story and then we really go into detail, people are like, wow, you guys are meant to be together, because the way we met in the club, just saying hello, 2 months later, maybe 3 months later, you meet at a bus stop, and then 2 months later, you meet in the pouring rain. So she's my Ms. New Yorker. She's my best friend. She knows it. That's why she always tells me, you're stuck with me. Oh man, I couldn't lose her if I tried. She would be right there, and I'm happy she said yes, and I'm happy she took the chance of saying yes at the bus stop, and I'm even more happy that she called me. I mean, first impression at a bus stop, and I didn't call her. I gave her my number and left it totally up to her, and she actually called. So, but that's my story. And ever since we met, we've had some really great adventures together, and hopefully, we continue to have much adventures together for a great number of years, because we're not through on this planet yet. Hopefully, we have a long life cycle ahead of us, because we want to. I'm sure I'm going to be bothering her, reminding her how we met, and then I have to tell the grandkids how we met. And it's just a great story to share. So I'm gonna sign off. It's my kooky story on how how crazy cool New Yorker met Ms. New Yorker. It was meant to be. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else that would like to share their story? I don't care if you think it's boring or exciting or super long. It's nice to know how you met your significant other. So I'm gonna sign off and close it out with, this is Crazy Cool New Yorker saying, ride what you love and love what you ride. Thank you.